Okay, so in this video, we're gonna continue to work on this bike. We're gonna get this carb ripped apart the rest of the way, and the decision's been made. We're gonna split up all of these individual carburetors and soak them one by one. Just what's got to be done. So let's get to that. All right, one set of Valkrie carburetors, a nice little six-pack here. So actually came out pretty easy, a little bit easier than I thought. Did have to take the choke cable loose. These hard bends here were kind of in the way, but that was going to come loose anyway once we started to break all this stuff open. So I don't suspect that there's any gas in these carburetors. I haven't had any leaking. I mean, let's see. If we flip it up like this, there's nothing coming out. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of gas coming. So there's some gas in there. That was super yellow. I could see it coming out. So I suspect we're going to have some very, very dirty carbs here. So I'm going to try to keep them connected for now and just work on getting the bowls off all of these and the interior parts. You know, we're going to do the same thing we did as you saw on that shadow project. If you watch those videos, we're going to just take all of the jets out, put new gaskets in here, and hope that everything stays clear. So first thing, I'm going to try to do this a little less messy than last time, is drain the gas out of these, which I don't think I'm going to be super successful at because of the gunk that's in there. So I'm just going to put a pan underneath this to catch it all, and we will start taking it apart piece by piece and try to keep them a little bit sorted out from where they came from. And if all that goes well, then we're gonna need some new fuel clamps for that. That pushed on too easy. If all that goes well, we'll start cleaning this, and then it'll be putting it all back together and hoping that everything starts up. So let's get to it. I'm excited. One other thing I want to check, let's flip these over before we get too crazy with taking these all apart, is I'll spray all these with WD-40 here, but the throttle, remember how we said that was bound up? So I can't move any of this. I mean, it is rock solid. So that's a little unsettling, why that's all locked up as bad as it is. Maybe we just throw some WD-40 in here, see if maybe they just got stuck against the outside here. It doesn't matter because we're going to clean all this, and this crap will just boil off or burn off if we try to start it. I mean, these are sealed, which is good because there's puddles of WD-40 sitting here, but that means when it's closed, they're really closed. But they, man, they are stuck. So we're gonna have to soak and spray those. But for now, let's get these bowls off and dump gas all over the counter and see how bad these look. Again, like I said, suspect it's not going to be great considering everything in these are bound up. So let's get to it. Okay, so we got 5 of the 6 off. This one last little bolt is giving me a hard time. So I'm just going to let the penetrating oil really sit in there. Try to heat it up a little bit, but you got to be careful because this is aluminum and you don't want to damage it. But boy, are these dirty. So you can see we got all this junk in and discoloration in the bowls. The floats are all stained. You can see on some of the valves there's just like an accumulation of congealed fuel. These floats on this side move okay. Um, However, this one, I kind of already broke it loose, but it's very stuck. Like it doesn't fall. You got to push it back down and pull it back up. Like these should move very easy, and this is not moving up at all until wow, I can't even force this one up. So yeah, that that needle is just absolutely galled up and stuck in junk inside. This one moves okay, but what the hell is this? Did you see what was just sticking out of there? There was like a whole ass stick sticking out of this valve, or jet. I'm sorry. So, even if we tried to start this beforehand, it was never going to start, and that explains why. I guess everything's sealed up. So this is going to be a lot of soaking and a lot of cleaning. This one's going to take some work. So I'm going to let this sit here for a little bit more, try to get that out, and then in the meantime, we're going to start pulling all these apart. Again, like the last one, we're going to try to clean these up to new and reuse as much as we can. However, if we get unlucky and we need to get a carb kit, which we're going to get anyway for new seals, wow, I'm amazed how stuck this is. We will do so. So jumping back in to the time lapse here, we're going to get all these broken apart, and hopefully this one comes out. If not, I mean, I really don't want to, but if I have to, I guess I can drill this one out, and then we can, rethread the hole. But that would be like an absolute last resort. We'll beat on this thing with a hammer and everything and do what we can. I might put a square bit in there now because it did get a little galled up. They're really soft. So let's get taking this apart some more. Okay, this is incredible. This is the dirtiest set of carbs I've ever seen. So the top of the bowls actually look fine, but I mean, that's expected. This is fuel that we flip back over into them. But the amount of crud on these, look at these. I mean, I've never seen one that galled up before. You got one like this. It looks like it was sitting at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, there's nothing ever getting through that. And then some of these, the smaller needles or jets, I mean, you just got crap built up on the bottom of them. So they're all terrible. So we're gonna hope to get these cleaned up. We'll soak them. These are gonna end up going in the ultrasonic cleaner as well. I'm fearful that I'm gonna have to do some research and break these all apart, because the amount of crud that is still inside here is not gonna clear out with just some spray carb cleaner. And not to mention that the entire throttle body is still stuck and has no movement in it. So this might be a little bit more tough than we thought. Also, this is toast, so we're gonna end up, drilling this out and popping that off. I'll do that here in a little bit, probably off camera. But we're gonna sop up this gas and then flip these and see what the primary needle looks like next. And I would expect they're just as bad. You can see the 5 of these, they're all junked up as well. So definitely getting a rebuild kit, probably going to use a lot of the new parts. But for now, let's keep thrashing at this. And while I do that, I'm going to contemplate my decisions to maybe break these apart, which is not something I'm looking forward to having to do. But if we have to do it, we'll do it together. We'll see, and we'll learn something new, and go from there. So let's do it. Okay, so we got the carbs this far apart, and now that we've done so, we're going to work on getting the rest of these gaskets taken out. We took 2 of them out. We're going to get those out of all the bowls of these carburetors so we can soak these and some other parts in the chem dip like we did on the Shadow if you watch that project. Then we're going to put some other, like the floats and stuff, we're going to put an ultrasonic cleaner that we got with some lighter cleaning agent just to try to clean those up a little bit. The needles, they're all gunked up too. We need to gently clean these off, probably do those by hand. We don't want to soak them because we don't want to hurt this rubber or anything like that. In the meantime, while that happens and we soak, we're going to get these carburetors the rest of the way taken apart. There's some plastic on here. There's hoses between here and other pieces we need to take off. So we're going to do that one by one. We're going to divide, we're going to break apart all the carbs, kind of keep them in order, and then break each one down furthermore. That way we can get the delicate pieces off. Then we're going to soak this whole thing in the chem dip over there because these are very, very dirty. So we're going to get to that. Probably another time lapse. Probably not going to show you every single one because it's going to take quite a while to do each one of these individually and like the soaking time. But we'll get that. We'll get this started, and then we'll get to this, and probably see you when it's all cleaned up. All right, number 1 of 6 is out of position and off. Like I said, we're going to do this kind of step through so we don't confuse or lose or miss any parts. Each carburetor has its own little tile section here. Some parts that I'm mixing like jets and stuff, it doesn't really matter when they go back, or kind of going in the middle. I am going to try to restore these gaskets. I was told of a way to attempt to do that. So we're going to try to do that. Who knows? Might work, might not. If it doesn't work, we'll just order new ones. But everything's being kept individually. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak this whole carburetor in the chem dip for a short period of time because there is still a couple rubber pieces on here, and I don't want to damage any of it. But we're going to soak that so then it so it loosens up all this gunk that's throughout the carburetor. This one's still here. I mean, it doesn't want to open up at all. So this is pretty stuck. So we're going to soak that in the chem dip for a minute, and then we'll take it out, and then we'll put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, let it vibrate off, and then give it a nice once over rinse and clean, let it dry out, and see what we end up with. So I'm going to do all that, and I will show you the end product of this carburetor in a little bit, and then we'll probably work on getting this one off next, and so on and so on. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so our first carb just took a bath in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 15 minutes at like just under 100 degrees. Definitely looks better than it was. You can see the housing is a little bit more clean. There's still some of these, brass fittings that are still clogged up. So we're going to soak it again and then clean it again. But we have, movement that's clean there. The throttle body moves now, which is a big advance in what we had going, but it's still pretty stiff. So I'm just going to open it to a different position, probably like 180, honestly, and we're going to soak it in the chem dip again for a little bit longer, and then throw it back through the cleaner. And we're just going to rinse and repeat this cycle until this looks good. Probably next time when I bring it out, I'll start to spray through all these holes and inlets with a little bit of carb cleaner, and then also probably just some compressed air. And then once we get this one done, we'll put it back together and move on to the next one. So I'm gonna repeat that cycle, and in the meantime, I'm gonna work on cleaning up some of these needles by hand with just some spray and a little bit of soaking, and get through that. So I'll let you know how this turns out here in a little bit. Back in the cleaner. Okay, second time through, and this is like significantly better. It turns, it actually springs back and returns to where it should be. I still think it could be a little bit smoother, but hey, it's getting there. So I'm going to go through, spray these all out, and hit it with some air. Try to get some flow through all these ports and holes, and see what's still clogged up. Might do one more cycle of soaking it for 15 minutes, and then in the ultrasonic cleaner for another 15 minutes. So let me get blowing this out and cleaned up, see if we need to soak it again or not. In the meantime, I got all the bowls cleaned out and the drain holes cleared back up. So we're going to take care of this, and I'm going to take this carb off actually, because I have to remove this plate to get to this one. So I kind of have to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's blow this out and see how it looks, and then we're going to take this one off and start on this one. Okay, so you saw we got the second carburetor off, and I've since gotten it all cleaned up. All the ports and jets on both of these are clean. We've got good free movement of the throttle body and everything else, so that's good. I also went through and cleaned out all these jets, sat overnight, got them all cleaned out and sprayed out. Used this thin needle kit here to make sure they're all cleaned. We got visible light going through those. So next thing I'm going to work on is just getting these other 6 broken apart. They all just slide off the same, going through the chem dip and ultrasonic cleaner cycle. Once I get all those done and cleaned, we'll have them set over here, and we will reassemble all 6 together, or all 6 individually, I should say, and then we will work on making the big 6-pack again. So next thing you see will be us putting these all back together, and then we'll work on getting this assembled again. So real quick, I just want to show you, this is one of the cleaned out carburetors. You can see no residue, very clean. This one still has a lot of that gasoline scaling left on it. This one here, I can easily move the throttle body and it snaps back. This one here, you can see it's still very kind of corroded in there, and I can't really move this one at all as much as I force it. I don't want to break it. Same thing on the top side of the carb, very clean, looks brand new, a little bit of residue. And then lastly, on this back side of the carb, you can see there's still like a bunch of junk down in there keeping it from opening. These are all plugged up, And then on this one, it's clean. There's still a little bit of discoloration down there, but it's clean and it moves. And these are all, you know, spotless and clean. So just a little comparison of what soaking it in the chem dip and then put in the ultrasonic cleaner does. So we've got 2 more to go, and then we'll start slapping these back together. Okay, as you can see, all these carbs are cleaned up and ready to get reassembled. Pick this one up. Like I said, all nice and clean. Everything's free and moves well. So that's great. What I did is I didn't buy a carb kit for this one. I'm trying to salvage these gaskets. So I've had them soaking in brake fluid, just on like .3, .4, and that let them got a lot more pliable and kind of swell up a little bit more. So they should work. So we're going to jump into a time lapse. We're going to get these all assembled individually, and then we'll work on putting them all back together within the frame. So let's get to that, and we'll see you soon. Okay, so we got the 6-pack of cars put back together. You saw I had to do this, put the choke bracket on once or twice. First time I forgot the spring, and then the second time I had these plastic bushings in the wrong positions, but we got that taken care of, no problem. We got the throttle linkage between it all put back together, and everything opens and closes together nice and smoothly. With this being a 6-pack of carbs, there is some balancing we need to do between these so the engine runs smoothly. There's 2 ways to do that. You can do it with a vacuum gauge, or you can do it mechanically, and that's by basically making sure each one of these throttle bodies opens and aligns the same. There's a way to do that. We'll do that probably at the beginning of the next video, and then we're going to get this carb back in to the bike and start to continue, troubleshooting some of our other issues. We got the brakes to look at and a couple other small things, but also what we all want to see is this bike start. So we're going to try to get that taken care of. So overall, project's going good. Carburetors are done. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like it if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.